Hello everyone, in this week's video I'm trying something new. So recently I've been kind of busy and I've been having a harder time trying to find time to sit down and do lots of studies and just trying to improve my art. And recently I've been wanting to get better at drawing lakes. I thought maybe I would take you on my journey of practicing lakes and trying to learn more about lakes. And maybe you'll also learn something too, so we can both be learning together. And so this video is kind of going to be like a sketchbook session where I focus on drawing lakes and try to share what I learn. So the supplies I'm going to be using is my ELO sketchbook. This is the one I have right here. And then I also have these two erasable color pencils and some erasers. That's all I'm using. So for my references, I'm going to be using Pinterest. I just went on Pinterest and found a whole bunch of different references. I mostly found references from figure skaters, ballet dancers, and people wearing shorts. So that's how I found all my different references. I'll try to put links to my references. So I'm going to go on Pinterest and try to find a reference. I want to start by drawing maybe just a front view, because that'll be the easiest, and I want to try to alternate between male and female. I have so many references on here. I saved like so many different legs, and now Pinterest thinks I'm obsessed with legs, which is kind of funny. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to be using this as a reference. So I'm going to set my phone over here. And I'm going to start by sketching with my pink pencil because I like sketching with the pink pencil. So let's see, I'm going to start by just drawing maybe a line to kind of give me an idea of where I want the leg to go. And then I'll put a circle in the middle for about where I want the knees. I'll try to sketch kind of dark so you can see it, but I usually sketch lighter than this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sketch and talk at the same time. I'm going to try, but we'll see. The thigh kind of goes like this. And then it kind of goes out at the knee quite a lot. That's one thing I always struggle with, is that I don't emphasize the knees enough. The knee is something I need to learn more about. Okay, so it comes out here by the knee. And then this is the outside part of the thigh. And then it just kind of curves into the knee a little bit more. It actually bumps out more on this side. And then over here, it's relatively flat. The calf muscles, right? This is the calf muscles. And here it goes in a lot, and then it bumps out. See, here I always just like really simplify things, and like I mentioned, I don't emphasize the knee enough. Okay, and now we're gonna head in towards the ankle a bit. Now I'm going to erase these sketch lines here. Also, if you want to sketch along with me, feel free to grab your sketchbooks. I'm going to try to make this video around 20 minutes. I want to try to fill these pages with legs, but I don't know if I'll be able to make this video short enough, but like not too long. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, now for the knee. It's actually quite prominent. This leg might look really weird. I am learning, so all these legs aren't going to be perfect. And then we kind of have this side of the knee here. That is this leg. Maybe I'll try to draw the other leg. And then for this knee is a little different. It's more defined up here. And then it kind of goes like this. I might try to darken my lines a bit with the black color pencil. And I'll also try to add a bit of shading, so I'll kind of look at my reference here and try to shade a bit. I feel like these legs look a little funny, but at the same time they kind of look like the reference. But at the same time it's just like different than what I usually do, which is what I'm trying to accomplish with this. I have a tendency to have an idea of what things look like, and then I just draw the things like that because it's my style. But then I kind of forget what the actual thing looks like. Like I mentioned, this knee is a little bit more prominent. I'm not totally sure why. But this knee, I can see a bit more. And I can kind of see the bone. I don't know what it's called, but like the bone on the front of your leg. I can kind of see it in the reference. So I'll try to add shading to emphasize that bone a little bit. I don't see it much on this leg, and that's probably due to the lighting. So now let's try a male reference. and see how they are different. I found one. This leg's in front view, so I'll reference this one. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is that the knees are extremely prominent on this guy. So let's give ourselves, oh, I'm gonna sketch up the pink one. Okay, so let's give ourselves a little bit of guideline here. And then the knee's gonna go about in the middle. I'm gonna make it a little bit wider because the leg's pretty wide. See, so I can't really see the top of his thigh because of the shorts. Maybe I'll draw in the shorts here.
And then it kind of goes like this, and then out by the knee. And then here it goes like really far out, but then it goes like extremely in towards the knee.
I'm not sure if all legs do this, but this is what that guy's legs are doing. Comes out a lot by the calf muscle. His knee is extremely prominent. Like it's like, boop, that's a knee. And his calf sticks out a lot. And then we come in towards the ankle. And this calf kind of does the same thing, but like it's more like whoosh. This is more like a bump, and then this is more smooth on this side. This is the outside part of the leg. This is the inside part, by the way. I feel like I made his knee a little too high. So I'm gonna go in and darken this. And I also kind of see that bone again, kind of right here a little bit, I think. I'm trying to draw what I see. And one thing I always kind of forget about, like, is this knee area. Because, like, there's kind of this little bit right here that's really flat. But I always kind of forget about that. I always just kind of go from thigh to calf. And I kind of forget about this knee area. So, one thing I'm noticing for the guys is that the women's legs are kind of more, like, smooth and flowy. Whereas the guys' legs are almost more like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not like as flowy. Like, it's more like oop, 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 oop. And it has all the different curves. That's my explanation. It's not a very good one, though. There we go. So that is the male leg compared to the female legs. And obviously legs vary a lot from person to person. How about we try to do some more complicated leg poses? Let's maybe go with this one. This one's kind of cute. And her leg's kind of up. So I will try to draw this one. So I can't totally see her leg because the dress is a little bit in the way. But I'll try to imagine what the rest of her leg looks like. So for the knee, it kind of goes like this. And it kind of bumps out a lot, it seems. I can kind of see the shape of her leg. And then it kind of curves in. And then kind of curves out. I think I made it too long. Let's shorten this up a bit. This really curves right here by the knee. The upper thigh kind of curves like this a lot. And then for the knee, it kind of has this, like, a whole bunch of little angles in it. Like it's like boop, boop, boop. This kind of intersects with the thigh. I don't know if that's the right word, but like they kind of come together. The lower part of the leg kind of curves in a bit, and then she kind of has her foot in this position, kind of. Oh dude, this guy has some really muscly legs. I'm not gonna show this one because he's wearing really tight shorts. But he has really muscly legs, so I'll try to draw those. And they're kind of in a 3/4. Here, I'll show it, but like this. So it's kind of like an S, like a very subtle S shape. His thigh really comes out. And then the knee is like super indented. It's kind of a diamond almost kind of shape. And I can kind of see a muscle wrapping around. He kind of has this little area right here for the muscle. I don't know what muscle that is. For the lower part of the leg, it kind of goes like this. The knee is really indented. It's kind of interesting. And then he has this muscle coming here. And then it really bumps out for the calf muscle. and comes, and his ankle is kind of thick. Like it doesn't taper a whole bunch by his ankle. I feel like I can make the thigh a little bit thicker. I hope this looks okay. I'm trying my best. It's okay if they're not perfect, because this is just me trying to learn. Okay, so now I'll go in with my black color pencil. Oh geez, I don't know if I made his thigh bump out enough. Like it really bumps out, but then I need to make it like come back in. The lighting is a little bit more dramatic in this one, so I'm getting more shading, which is kind of helpful for me understanding what's going on here. I should probably look at the muscle charts a bit more because I don't totally know why all these shadows are happening. They just kind of are. It actually the knee kind of has this shadow here. I'm not sure how you decide how to shade knees. Like knees can look so different. Let's maybe try to find maybe a complicated figure skater pose. Oh, this one's pretty. Let's maybe try drawing these legs. Let's see, should I just draw them kind of small down here? Or should I move over here? For these legs, we kind of have her pelvis area. I'm going to slightly sketch that so I can kind of get an idea of how these are going into the body. It kind of goes out a little here, and then it kind of goes in here. It kind of goes out again by the knee.
And then by her bum, it kind of goes like this, and it goes out a little, and then in a little.
This girl has very subtle curves on the leg. It's very different compared to this over here. Like the bumps are very like, but this is more like flowy, so that's interesting. Okay, so her knee, I can kind of see her knee. It kind of goes in, and it's kind of going into that front bone of the leg and kind of going down, subtly going in towards the ankle. For the other side, it kind of bumps out for the knee a bit, goes down into the lower leg. It made her knee look kind of ugly. Like she has really pretty knees, but I don't know how to make them look pretty. Her back leg is kind of coming from up here and kind of coming down this way. And then for her knee, it kind of goes in a little, and then the knee kind of boops out. Her lower leg really curves, and then the back of the leg kind of goes like this. One thing I'm learning is, like I mentioned at the beginning, is that I really need to define the knees more. The knees is something I really need to work on, because I always just kind of forget about the knees. But like the knees are actually really prominent on legs. Okay, so I'm going to lighten this all up a bit and then go over it with the black pencil. Okie dokie. So we have those legs. Let's see, I may try to draw the backs of the legs. With this picture, I can easily see the back of the leg. So let me try to do this. Now the back of the leg is pretty similar to the front of the leg. It's gonna, let's see, it kind of goes like this, and then the knee kind of pops out a bit. And then for the other side, it very smoothly goes into the knee. So one thing I am like consistently seeing is that on the inside of the leg, the knee like boops out more, or like pops out more. And then on the outside, it's like really smooth into the knee, and it's not so like choppy. Does that make sense? So for the back of the legs, we don't have to really worry about the knee, but there are kind of like these little lines right here for the back of the leg. It kind of looks like a knee, but it's not a knee. How do I make it look like it's not a knee? Maybe I'll go like this to emphasize the calf muscle a bit. Oh, I did 2 females in a row. We gotta do a guy now. I kind of forgot I was alternating. So let's see. How about this one? For this one, he has his leg bent, and it's not super muscly like the other guy legs. Guy's legs are like, his legs almost remind me like they're a little bit more boxy. And one thing I also tend to do is that I make this area like too pointy, and I don't make it curved enough. So on this guy, it's actually fairly curved. And another thing I'm noticing is that guys don't have as dainty of ankles. Like on girls, it tapers much more towards the ankles, it seems, at least for the references I've seen. I know for some girls it doesn't like taper as much. It really depends on the legs. Legs vary a lot person to person, but I'm seeing pretty often that on guys it doesn't taper as much as it does for girls, it seems. I'm doing it again. I'm making this too sharp. This needs to be more bent. It's a very subtle curve. And then it kind of goes into his thigh. His shorts are pretty long. They go to about here. Maybe I'll kind of draw his feet. All the other ones I kind of skipped the feet. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I'll darken this up a bit. The shading on the bent knee isn't very strong. So the knee isn't super prominent here. Let's see, so for this, it's kind of going like this and then kind of going like this. Kind of this kind of shape. And then he has his knee. His shorts kind of go about here. So here again, it's like a really smooth transition to the knee on the outside part of the leg. But then on the inside part, it pops out a lot. Goes into the lower leg. And his lower leg actually goes out a bit. Maybe my next one should be on feet and shoes. That'd be a good one. Because that's another thing I need to focus on. Is feet and shoes. So the knee on this leg is pretty prominent. So I've been filming for about 40 minutes now, so here are all of the little studies I did in this 40 minutes. I do feel like doing this was really helpful and that I learned quite a bit about the legs. I do want to keep studying legs and how they work and try to memorize the muscles a bit more. But I do feel like this was helpful and I learned a lot how the legs are different between males and females, which is always something I kind of struggle with. And I also learned a lot about knees and how they work. So I hope you enjoyed this little sketchbook session and that you enjoyed following along on my learning journey. If you want me to do this again, please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. I would actually really like doing this again because it was a lot of fun, just getting to talk and sketch with you. Also, let me know what you want to see me kind of practice. I feel like maybe the next one I should do feet because I'm not very good at feet. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Thank you so much to my patrons, including Rachel, Andrew, Swinky, Bonnie, Now from Academy Games, Suziel, Robert, Tamalan, Pisatera, Anne, Eduardo, AJ, Nikki, Michael, Adam, Narichan, Dan, Panda Bear, Danyo, Dozar89, Aaron, and Patrick. Thank you so much for being a patron and for your support.